despite Virtus.Pro being definitely what you'd expect on paper to be the better team, G2 are showing something special so far in this major.
I'm excited.
Yes.
And I'm very, very excited. Cash is going to be the first map. We spoke a lot about Virtus.Pro when G2 were last playing Cash, in fact. So this makes it super interesting for me. Obviously, this is going to be a very difficult map for G2, and I agree with Richard. Actually, I think they have to win this map if they are to get it over 3 maps.
Hey James, do you remember that embarrassing result for Virtus.Pro at certain land recently? Well, it was Kingman before.
Oh, what map was that then?
That was, it may have been Cash.
Oh, well.
Where Virtus.Pro got wrecked. This is their chance for redemption. In that sense, we're off here with the pick around. We've got Virtus.Pro CD side. Of course, G2 on the T side. And already it looks like we're getting some action here towards A main.
Yeah, but look at Snax. He's already on the flank here. But can he get the information fast enough? We've got all the G2 players in A main, and Snax is continuing to flank here. He's going to have the information very, very soon. But will it be fast enough for the rotation? You can see Pack is starting to move towards A. But again, is Snax going to get in fast enough? We've got the counter attack coming in. That's going to slow the push for G2. Snax is out. Everyone here. He's got a silence to his feet. They won't hear him. He only gets one shot though.
Can he save it here? He's trying to get the shots off. It's the bomber down. That's Rain on the ground right now, but the frag comes back in straight away. Trades for days right now. Michael Early, the last one standing. Can he be clutched again as Neo takes down Jacob and beyond? He's going to find the frag. And there it is. Virtus.Pro kick it off with a strong start for their CT side.
Dan, they have done better than they did at Dreamhack Valencia versus this team on this map. They've got a round on the board, Dan.
Oh, yes. Indeed, that was quite a match previously. But yeah, Virtus.Pro, they look laser focused, and right now kicking things off with a couple SMGs as well. The MP7s are out, the FAMAS as well, and G2 will go for the force buy, so we could be in for quite a fast round. Although G2, you never know what to expect with that.
They left the bomb in T-spawn, which is a bit of a passive position. Aggression from Virtus.Pro. Virtus.Pro showing no fear, going straight for the aggression. Very first round with that massive flank. Barley having a good start here. It is a those Tech 9s will be dangerous. Fox is going to give away though. Going to reposition. Got a teammate coming in with a flash as well. Spray down between Barley and Makalele, but not much damage done by the CT side. And actually look at the health there. Barley, Neo, and Pasha all within maybe 1 tap distance there.
Yeah, absolutely, but G2 not really using the number advantage or trying to come together to use the strength of numbers with those pistols. So right now they're giving those, I think, more favorable kind of a round than maybe they would have expected from this side. Deciding finally to go for the pressure into B, but there are Virtus.Pro players all over the place, and we will see the bomb going down in the vent room there. Bialy in a very nice position. Knows he has to do it, but really the chances for this one are slim to none, and he will get eliminated. And the second round will be defended by Virtus.Pro against that force buy.
He didn't manage to make a single connection there on Barley, who was high note. He ended up back. Otherwise, he could have taken him. Picked up the FAMAS, got a bit of damage in. Can only assume this is a technical pause here. Only two rounds in. About to start the third. So far, so good for the Virtus.Pro side. And again, we spoke about Virtus.Pro on this map. I think it was yesterday when G2 were playing it, and the point was, you know, Virtus.Pro, one of the stronger players on Cash. On their T side, we can expect to see executes from them, which G2 faced already. For example, we mentioned Molotov's going into the vent, forcing Jacob, who was playing there at the time, to move out into, you know, force him out of the vents back into B. But obviously, when that happened to him, he was aware of it. He was ready for it. He managed to get behind the wall and do considerable damage. Will that happen today on the second half? We're a long way away from that for now, and G2 will be looking to accrue some rounds on the T side here first.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the thing I'm thinking about when it comes to G2. It's all about that CT side. So this is definitely going to be really nice for Virtus.Pro. If they can actually shut things down so that G2 don't get much of an opportunity to play a CT side, or that maybe they only have a couple of opportunities to really get themselves going on that second half, then Virtus.Pro are going to set themselves up really well to kick off the beginning of this series. And indeed, we're going to go back into this one. We have resumed the match. And we'll see whether G2 can get some damage. But really, there's not much to be expected from just blocks. A single flash on right. Max has got the get the information. Oh, he's going to snap a few players down the Tech 9. 3 kills, 4 from Snax. Is anything else even needed? This guy's going out.
Well, the block versus the entire nation of Poland. You can hear it. There's a lot of support in for Poland as well. The Rain trying to put a stop to that, but I don't know if those cheers in the crowd are vibrating that solid window in front of Snax and Co. But again, much support here. We've got some Polski flags on the sides, in the rafters.
Roger that.
And behind tabs as well. A replay of the brutality from Snax up in the faces of the G2 side. No fear shown from the Polish players just yet. So the buy is going to come out for the G2 team. They did go for the force buy in the second round, which means no AWP to speak of just yet. 5 AK, the flashes.
Throwing
That's
grenade.
BO3 Virtus.Pro picking up that AWP, and he's going to middle with it as well. And it's quite a passive play here. Very fast aggression, and they're going to give up most of these middle positions. But G2 aren't going to go for that just yet. They are just holding back, and this boost spot here from Kaz is indeed very dangerous, and does allow Virtus.Pro to set themselves up more towards middle. They don't have to have quite as much on the A side. Need Kaz to do his thing up on the boost spot. They just have to protect short and make sure he can't get attacked from short. And so far, so good for Virtus.Pro. But G2 are starting to probably think about, now we're getting later into the round, to start taking some map control.
Yeah, they've been biding their time. You can see Dennis is just sitting on the boost, not really engaging Zed, just looking over towards the white box here, looking for a pick. Speaking of picks, Snack's going to follow up, and Makalele 2 for 2, and Makalele will go down. Snack's going to rotate the position of that AWP. Obviously, Neo's been the main AWP recently for Virtus.Pro, but for now, he will just be on the rifle. So, unexpected for G2 what might happen with that. You see Dennis has got control of it, but there's 35 seconds left. They've got potential for the split here. With it. Pasha pushing through the vent, going to take down Rain. So things are going to get better for G2.
Yeah, here it is. Oh, Daker's going to spot the push from Neo, just going straight through A main. This could be an opportunity now as we go 3 versus 4. They do need to think about the bombs though by the vents, and we have another flank coming from Pasha. So Pasha's going to start putting the pressure on him, opening up the A bomb site. It's open, but the path to the bomb has been lost. The bomb is just down there in middle, and there's no way to recover it. Now G2 are in this very awkward spot where they just have to try and save, because the round is definitely going to Virtus.Pro here. That's very unfortunate.
Yeah, Pasha was hiding in the vent for most of the round. Dennis was deep into mid. The second player was carrying the bomb, got taken down by the vent itself, and I think they chose to try and clear a path before retrieving the bomb. Unfortunately, they were unable to do so. So G2 lose their buy round, and they've got these 2 AKs. What will they do around it? Will they spend the cash, or will they go for a bit of an eco? Well, they're going to spend some money on the Kevlars, the Tech-9s, the nades coming out. 2 Molotovs as well. They've only got 3 smokes, however, so we'll see if there is an execute in mind. Looking at the minimap, it seems they may go for an execute towards A very quickly.
And Neo's actually brought up an orc. You don't see those every day. And here comes the execute. Soaring through the sky onto the A bomb site as Taz is in that quad box's position. Players right on into the bomb site. Taz looking for the defense right now, but the trades come in. Neo's trying to get it done, but he gets nothing at all. 3 versus 3 here as there is an opportunity. Snacks can't get anything done either. Virtus.Pro faltering on the bomb site defense as the bomb will finally be planted. It's all down to BO3 and Pasha on this retake.
Well, they're coming in, they've got a man disadvantage. 2 rifles on the 3 GT players, the G2 players. Fox dancing around the forklift, but he won't get anything. Pasha shooting him straight in the face. Does Barley. Pasha's going to go down. Barley versus 2 now. The trades come in. Makalele takes the round for his team. Can he find the AWP? Indeed he can.
Good to see Makalele getting his game going there. That's the first clutch we're going to see from him. And yesterday it was a story of clutches from Makalele to really just lift his team. And G2 finally picking up that round. So
guess who's taking the AWP down?
Roger that.
Yeah, Fox has been doing an excellent job as the main AWP for the team, and that's definitely a recent change to just dedicating to, and I love it. It's definitely much better the AWP than he is with the rifle. Fantastic G2 recently with it.
So, got the flashes coming in, but Virtus.Pro will take control of mid regardless of his aggressive positions in that nade. May give the game away a little bit. But again, what can G2 do about it? Fox is holding angle towards B at the moment, just waiting for someone to peek him. There are 2 people holding for Virtus.Pro, but they are just holding. They are definitely not pushing.
Biding their time at the moment and awaiting any potential aggression. There you go. Neo's going to take down Fox. That battle, AWP versus AWP, is going to be definitely a big storyline of this catch game. But that is really unfortunate there for G2. They've lost the player now. Rain is down to 13 HP. Virtus.Pro standing strong, and if they win this one, they'll reset G2's economy.
Starting to move towards A now. Rotating the position of that A. Tricky. Telegraph their movements, all those nades coming in. Dennis will shoot Barley in the head regardless. Taz going down as well, and the A side has been lost. There are 3 players for the retake though versus the 4 of G2. Rain heavily tagged, he's only the one planting the bomb first.
He is there, looking over, trying to get covering fire in for his teammates to move up short right now, trying to even distract them potentially. And then there must be players towards Forklift. Neo's going to spot the first one, Rain goes down, a second peek from Makalele. Can he actually survive this? He's going to pin down in that position. Pasha's looking for the drop, he's going to get it with the help of Snacks. And now these Virtus.Pro players are getting ever closer to this retake, but it's all on Snacks. Here he goes. The bomb is ticking faster and faster. Snacks finds the kill onto Dennis. There's one player left. He's going to go for the quick fake. Occasionally the discipline comes down. He finds the back of Snacks. He'll take him down. And G2 with a very crucial round to avoid getting reset on the money. But they will lose every single player.
Yeah, Jake died after the explosion there. But they get the round. That's the most important thing. It was a bit tense. There was a moment where Dennis was about to shoot Snacks, but he had to look away from a flashbang. Then was unable to take the shroud afterwards, but G2 get the round regardless. Virtus.Pro now on the eco. Going to have some deagles coming out. Bialy with the 5-7. Again, the default park position on A is very strong with a 5-7, but it's only Taz headed towards the A site, and he has merely USP there. So Virtus.Pro concentrating the forces towards the B bomb site for the time being. And G2 going to slow things down and try to find out what's going on. But because of the limitations in the money, they can't afford the Molotovs, which would be very key here. There isn't a single Molotov on the team.
Roger that.
Actually, Rain could have afforded one. And they are ideal, especially on a map like Cash in this situation.
And you can see Rain will finally get a kill there onto Neo. So they're starting to create some space for G2 into the map, and they need to avoid any damage to these pistols of their opponents, the Virtus.Pro. And so far so good, in fact. Nobody's dead just yet, just Bialy who's left alive. And it's like a clean round, which is exactly what G2 needed after losing every player in the previous round. Exactly what they were looking for. But here you go, Bialy might get 2 frags. No, he gets shut down by Rain. Good trade coming in. Very timely, in fact. And 4-3 will be the score now as G2 look to close the gap to a tied game.
You can see because of the lack of Molotovs, they were using some smokes there to try and eliminate the possibility of double peaks, maybe even triple peaks from the CT. So that was quite a good anti-eco despite the lack of utility in the grenades there from G2. So Fox going to be continuing with a P90, gone from an AWP to P90. We'll see if he can find the angles on this Virtus.Pro side. Interestingly, Neo and Taz are lacking helmets at the moment, so that P90 could be very key going into if they meet. So again, Cash is focusing towards B at the moment, where G2 looking for some aggression. Now we're seeing the Molotovs come out, but Rain's going to be the first to fall. Jacob to trade elsewhere towards the A site. Bomb those still left in a passive position.
Yeah, the investment there from G2 was towards that squeaky door. They put 2 players to try to attack it, and just as Virtus.Pro decided that they wanted to investigate that area, so that trade going forward could actually help G2 going 4 versus 4 as they look to set up the A aggression. But Virtus.Pro, they've caught onto this team. They've got 3 players towards the A site at the moment, and the execute's going to come in. Now, will they go for it? Will they actually go into mid? They look like they're going over with at least 1 player towards the boost here, but G2 might just keep it simple and see if they can get the execute in there and get the spike in. But there are 3 players that they're running into.
Cash is still in event, so he's keeping an eye on mid, which means that he can concentrate the forces towards the A site now. Starting behind the smoke. Go off. Blind. Not being found yet. Almost gets a frag onto Fox, but that P90 coming in. Bialy goes down towards the car as well, and now the A site is firmly in control of the G2 side. Pasha, what can he do about this? What is his choice? He's got $50 in the bank here. He needs to save this gun more than he needs to do damage to the T side. Dennis, though, will be the one to take him down. So G2 evening things up. The economy of Virtus.Pro ruined.
That's another really awesome round for G2. I mean, they lost only 1 player both rounds, and that's really going to help them out here because they're up against another eco. So they could really build that bank and make things very difficult for Virtus.Pro. It's going to take Virtus.Pro a while to actually force them to some ecos. And I really feel like for G2 to win this cash against the Titans that are Virtus.Pro, they need to have a decent team side so they can really boost their strengths on that team side. And so far, so good for them. I mean, they're looking good for at least 6 rounds in the T half already. And here they go into this B bomb site looking for a coordinated cleanup of players.
So you can see more utility on the side now, the T side, getting the Molotovs in the HEs. They're trying to B, not giving the CTs much opportunity to react to what's going on here. They're getting wiped out, only Taz remains. So anti-eco going well so far. Taz over towards the A site with the 5-7 this time. And again, now this is looking really, really good for G2. They're racking up a lot of rounds on the T side, which is going to give them a great opportunity on their CT side. Virtus.Pro with 4 rounds on the board and a really bad economy. You have to get a bit concerned if you're a Virtus.Pro supporter right now.
Absolutely, and he's just spending some time here, wants to play it some damage. Anger's really strong for him. So when you get any practice 3 players there, he's going to go down. He won't get anything done from that. So all 5 players survive for G2. So that's 3 rounds now that have passed where they've lost only 2 players. You can really see it reflected in their money. They are so solid on the economy. So they can pretty much do whatever they want when it comes to the strategies and the setups.
Roger that.
2 orbs in now, Snacks and Neo. This is going to be an interesting adjustment.
Let's go.
But will it be working out for Virtus.Pro?
I did think they might do this. They had about 6k in the bank. Snacks heading towards the A site. Neo is heading towards B. 4 people going quickly towards B bomb. They want to try and break the buy of Virtus.Pro very quickly. Neo getting flashed out of his position now, taking a new angle. Makalele first to go down. T's unable to trade. He's going to put up for a new angle, but Fox waiting. Only with an AK, however.
Throwing a grenade.
Good at this, and he gets another kill. What are G2 going to do now? They surely have to abandon their play into clearing some map control in towards the vent room. Neo's still looking to try to get more damage done. Will they dare more? This guy used to be a superstar, and he still is. There's another frag from Neo, the 3rd one. The hubris to challenge Neo. It seems to be faltering here for the offense, but they're going to it in. There's Pasha. He's going to find another frag, and Jacob's going to open it up just a little bit, but plenty of time for Virtus.Pro to put all the players in the right positions to shut that round down, and Virtus.Pro bring it straight back. And that is, that should be a huge relief for them, considering how G2's economy is just getting out of control.
Pilgrimage gone bad, going 1 by 1 towards the B bomb site, pushed off the cliff, left in a ditch.
Let's go, my brother.
Virtus.Pro will even things up once more. We'll start to see the nade come back for the Polish side as well.
Down smoke.
See if they can keep things in their control. Fox going off. So this is a strong round by one for both teams. This time we're going to have the numbers going towards the A site, where Neo is now waiting for them. Can't escape them, G2.
That was a pretty sick shot there. Neo just put on the pressure spot, hits the important shot and backs away. And now G2, they've shown some good rounds from losing 1 man. Or from getting the trade, and actually won the last round that was like this. So let's see if they can build another one before they went to the execute. And now they're going for a bit of middle play, but Pasha's going to deny them.
Yeah, the hardest thing for G2 here is that Virtus.Pro constantly rotating their players. They have a double AWP set up on the A site. With no options when Neo coming in for another frag. And G2 just unable to trade here. Neo holding the tight angles and hitting the shots he needs to hit. 2 players remaining here. Bomb being picked up by Jake while Makalele is over towards G2. And 3 people towards the A site. You can tag the players through those walls in Squeaky. Makalele back onto Neo, but he won't be expecting Snacks. Or Pasha. Pasha gonna get the headshot now. Makalele, there's not much he can do. Jacob though, he's made it there he comes to take down Snacks, but can he take this one as well? Pasha using the wall to try and hold things down here, but he's run out of bullets. Jacob takes him down. G2 could actually do this, Dan.
Yeah, that was a huge hit from Jacob, and Makalele so smart to just waste as much time as possible and keep Pasha distracted, and it was all according to his plan. It's going to work out, but oh no, the nade comes in, and he doesn't actually get taken down by the grenade. Bialy still has to go for this 1-on-2, and there's the peek, and Makalele hits the shot. Bialy goes down, hits the ground cold, and 6-5 will now be the score as G2 are going to reset Virtus.Pro. Wow, I can't believe it. Jacob, what a beautiful play. But the thing is, James, not just that Jacob was able to open it up, the fact that Makalele was always aware, under so much pressure in that engagement with Pasha, he was just always aware. And Jacob, he pulled out the pistol to get there faster. He pulled out the Glock and he did it. Amazing stuff from G2.
Yeah, the money play there was Jacob managing to get through the smoke somehow without even being blocked by Pasha. Just totally tore the round apart because they were stuck on the wrong end of choke points. Makalele was stuck in Squeaky. Jacob in A main. I don't know how they managed to do that, but they did. And now Virtus.Pro are again on the anti-eco with numbers towards me.
Oh dear, the Molotov there a little bit, but it shouldn't matter too much. The site will be cleaned up, and it's like a clean anti-eco is more of a G2 in this round. As Fox is coming up. Taz, no, looks like Taz actually going to get the frag there. Spoke a little bit too soon. But,
yeah, Dan.
I'm sorry, James. Happens to the best of us. So, 5-7 and G2 looking at a very solid solid T half, and right now Virtus.Pro are looking like they might even be struggling to get 6-7 rounds on the board at this rate. They're down to just a full rifle setup. There's no AWP on any player. How do you think this is going to impact things?
Roger
well,
that.
Because of the lack of utility here on the Virtus.Pro side, take control of me. But Neo's going to get taken down, trying to make his way over to White Box. That is a good spawn for the G2 where they can punish that. As there are only 3 CTs left, 2 sides to defend and mid. Virtus.Pro falling like flies at the moment. Bialy and Pasha are all that remain.
Pasha with a very nice position here though by Sandbags. However, they're not going to fall back. Bialy is creeping around the corner, takes down JChem, and now opening up some chances, some opportunities here for the team, for G2 to actually rotate back into his position. Bialy goes down right now. Smart play, looking for the 2 versus 1, and Michael A, just the scoot and shoot from the AWP, finds Pasha as well. So G2, just a bit of a mix-up there from the catch Virtus.Pro.
A, B, what comes after C? The D then. And it's D for destruction as Virtus.Pro's economy is being annihilated round after round. G2's 3 rounds up now, and it's looking like a super good half from them. We might be seeing a 10-5 here on the T side versus Virtus.Pro on catch.
Yeah, it's pretty brutal, especially as the next map being trained is Anyway, Fox is going to be moving in here with the AWP. He'll hit the shot. These guys are so on point at the moment. And Pasha, he'll creep through the smoke, but what can he get done here with his P250 as he crawls behind the lines, finds Fox, and he's creeping, he's looking to see if he can find more players. Very smart stuff here from Pasha. When is he going to pull the trigger, or will he pull out the knife?
The precision incision is coming.
Oh my god.
The precision incision is there. The Lannisters send their regards.
Beautiful stuff there from Pasha. Excellent patience, and that is going to get a roar from the crowd right now as Pasha's picked himself up an AWP, and with it, a chance back into this round for Virtus.Pro. However, the bomb is towards the A side of the map at the moment as G2 are gearing up for that assault, and there's only one man there. It's Snacks, but it is Snacks, and he's got a deagle.
50 seconds for G2 to take this site and get the bomb down. Snax's position will be somewhat undetected. G2 do have 3 Molotov to try and force TTs out of their position, but who's going to peek him first? There's the one shot straight in the face. Jacob has now left the building. There will be a rotation from Virtus.Pro into the site as well. G2 now going to be under a lot of pressure to try and get this bomb down. Makalele trying to avoid getting the deagle shot. Trying to protect Dennis, but Snack has the high ground, and down Dennis goes. Virtus.Pro clean things up now, and they could take this back to 7-8 at least.
What an amazing round there. It all started with that excellent knife kill from Pasha. How on earth did he get into that position? Beautiful stuff. That was definitely a shock to the system there for G2. And now it's an 8-6 scoreline as Virtus.Pro attempt to close the gap here. But they can't win the half, but they can at least salvage it and give themselves a solid chance going into the next one. We're going to see another org bought by Neo, actually. No AWP on the side of Virtus.Pro. Plans a little bit too short for that, but they'll have full utility. And Michael Lele, he's going to be trying to open up the round here for his team. All being towards A, but it looks like he might have a fast round here from G2, not messing around.
Let's see if they will commit to this. Looks like Fox's position to deploy a smoke into the site. We've got the counter flash. Very nice counter flash coming off the wall there from Taz. Molotov perfectly timed into the squeaky door as well. Snacks with the high all well past it. That's holding things down for now. Neo coming in, but will he get there fast enough? Going for the straight. That's higher armor but definitely going to find the faces as well.
Snacks is putting some express back right now. He goes in, nice headshot onto Ray. Snacks might get a second. Yes, he will. Jacob is going down. It's just Michael A left in the 1-on-2. He's been in this position so many times before, but he's close off behind that squeaky door. It's going to be near impossible. Snacks takes him down, and once again, Snacks is going to save Virtus.Pro, pulling him straight back in to this one. 7-8 on this half, and Virtus.Pro, I cannot believe they even got so much work done, but you can see on the scoreboard here, Snacks is towering above the rest of his team. He's got 17 kills. The next closest to him is 10 for Neo. Amazing, amazing half here from both teams. And I've got to say, though, G2 are looking really snappy at the moment.
Indeed, it was a good late recovery there from Virtus.Pro, but it's G2 on their T side with 8 rounds. At the beginning there, you could see Virtus.Pro started with 4 rounds in a row, and I was starting to wonder if this was going to be a dominant half, if we were going to see something like an 11-4, something like that, but no. G2 started breaking them, got themselves 5 rounds in a row, then Virtus.Pro got 1 back, and then they were broken again by G2 with another 3 rounds. So solid stuff by the mixed side, country-wise, versus the Poles. But the Poles have got themselves enough rounds on the board to mount an offense on the T side again. Did mention in previous matches on Cash here in Romania that Virtus.Pro are one of the strongest teams strategically on the T side. Although we've also seen that G2 can react well to those situations, but it's going to be a difficult half for both sides, the way things are going at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Neo's been, I mean, of course, he only got 10 frags, but when he had the AWP in his hands, when he was able to take some shots with it, he hit pretty much every one. It was ridiculous. That said, you know, Michael Elliott, you know, he picked up the AWP Fox as well. They are very on point here, so it's very hard to say who's actually going to be able to, like, you know, where is the difference going to be made right now? The one thing that's clear, you know, going to be a clear favorite going in Virtus.Pro's favor is the fact that Snacks is really performing. He's setting the pace, and I think we can expect a beautiful second half from these two sides. Now, of course, you know, it all starts with the pistol round. It all starts with who gets the good economy first. It can be really terrible for the CT side to start off without that nice economy, and that's what Virtus.Pro had this round. They managed to get, you know, 4 rounds straight away, and started off with the AWPs. They had all the options. There's no pressure.
Yes.
So let's see if G2 get the same treatment here. Will G2 pick up the pistol round on the CT side?
Indeed. So Virtus.Pro with it all to do now on their T side. Snacks and Bali will be the nade men. Neox has Pasha opting for the Kevlars. No raid bosses here. 4 Kevlars on the CT side. Makalele is going to be the defuse man with the 2 flashes. Only Dennis with the P2000. So Virtus.Pro making a fast play towards A.
Got Michael Elliott just they're going for the A retake RG2. They've got Michael Elliott spotting from a safe distance, and they can allow the T's to take the bomb site behind smoke if they really want to, and then come in together for just a coordinated retake, and that's part of the plan. Michael Elliott has a kit, 2 flashes as well, and he can just wait for his teammates to spot up here and flash them in position.
Yeah, the T's can opt to boost at the back of the site as well and try and shoot people over the barrels, but they're going to take semi-aggressive position using that smoke to right they're going to push through the smoke with a great flash and try and take the car position as well. But Rain and Dennis coming in with 3 frags here, not working out for Virtus.Pro. There's a man disadvantage. Barley needs to find the heads here. It's his head that will be taken off. Virtus.Pro now. They can go for the defuse indeed. Makalele's holding it down. Pasha running this direction. And Pasha gets a consolation frag. Makalele trying to charge him down for another precision incision, but the surgery's closed down.
Absolutely, 9-7 now the score, so G2 are going to win their pistol round. So we've had Virtus.Pro winning their CT pistol, G2 win their CT pistol, albeit it was a very close round. And we're going to get the P90s now, a couple of P7s as well. So G2 have a lot of opportunity here to build a lot of money, and whether or not they play it very passively, or if they want to get a little bit aggressive with their because interestingly, of course, Virtus.Pro, instead of forcing it up with the bomb plant, going for an execute, as some teams have started to do these days, they are going to go for the save and the fast AK round, and that's going to be a problem for G2, to be honest.
Yeah, I think Virtus.Pro could have opted for some smokes to try and get one of those sneaky short plants on the opposite side of the red container on A here, but they've opted for 2 Deagles instead and P250, so it looks like they've got to focus on the damage play as opposed to the bonus money. Much of an aggressive hold at the moment. Obviously, going to be playing the maximum range game possible. So far, so good. Taz going to take down Dennis in a trade, but his teammates are falling all around him. He will soon follow as well, leaving only Snacks alone versus 4. He's going to get shot in the side of the head, and that will bring that round to a close.
So now there can be some AKs in the picture if Virtus.Pro really want to go for that. And we will see the couple AKs in, and they invested slightly in the pass round as well, interestingly. And we'll still see a very strong buy from them, and they'll have a big advantage over G2. You know, some teams what they like to do in this kind of a position is the AKs so powerful against leftover SMGs, the CTs, and some of the rifles. They'll just go for a fast mid take because those ranges are so good. The pick base play is so good.
Fire in the hole!
So let's see what the initial play is here from both teams. G2 taking aggressive control of mid. Virtus.Pro going to just have a passive angle towards A main. And I'm sure we'll see a boost coming in from the T side, but the CT side looking to do exactly the same. Almost a bit of a failed boost there. Maybe hearing the jumping on the other side. The back on Neo's got an angle, but he's going to get taken down before the flash comes in. Rain will get traded by Snacks, and now Dennis is alone, trying to hold down mid with an MP7.
Yeah, that's not the best position in the world, and he's going to fall all the way out of there, and they will just say, okay, 4 versus 4, we're going to try to make it work with these SMGs, take some sneaky positions. Michael Elliott's in a very, very good spot right now, but it's a little bit trying where that mid is very good. One player in short there, and he knows what's up, and as soon as he can to take him out, just running out the door, kicking it down, and with a shot straight to the face there, and Snacks delivering death also to Dennis, and that is the bomb fight well and truly under control of the Polish side. Virtus.Pro looking very, very strong in this round now.
4 versus 2. Barley and Taz, sorry, Snacks and Taz are heavily tagged at the moment. Fox, it seems, looking for an early frag, not going to get one. He's going to start to back off. Jacob's going to do the same. So G2 on the save now. They have a 3-round advantage, soon to be 2. Virtus.Pro may be considering a bit of a hunt, but they only have a few $100s in the bank themselves, so they won't want to take too much damage. But of course, the economy pressure will be on G2 despite their round advantage at the moment.
We are going to win.
Interestingly, you know, they went for the economic approach and take those P9s. But they said, hey, maybe if we actually win that round, we'll have a crushing advantage to go forwards because we played so efficiently on the money. But you know, if we lose, then okay, we can still get a bit of a buy-in. Although their money's not nearly as good as I expected. So we'll actually see an eco from them. Very unusual there. So G2 actually losing a bit too many players in some of the previous rounds to put them in this position. And Virtus.Pro have a very good opportunity here to stop G2's economy from growing out of control as they're stuck on the eco. Just Jacob with a weapon. Damage they can do against Virtus.Pro, because that's the name of the game here for G2.
Yeah, we're seeing a bit of a different format on the eco from G2 that we saw from Virtus.Pro, who are taking mid very quickly. You've got the pop flashes coming into A main. So if... Okay, Rain and Dennis going to go back into the A side. If they were going to... Could have got nasty for Virtus.Pro. So up short with the AK is going to take down 3 players. Great flash, McElhenney completely blind there. Now Jacob's in a situation where he's spotted and he had the initial at the beginning of the round. So it's going to be hard for him to save it. Trying to scurry away here, but this defense of this gun will not be easy.
Killed badly. He's a savage, isn't he? JKM will take down Pasha as they try to get rid of that last weapon. It would be really good if JKM could save this. He's even got an incendiary grenade, so there's a lot of value on JKM, and they are going to go and frag him. He's stuck on the bomb site right now. They're trying to take him down, but JKM's managing to defend it. All this economic damage to Virtus.Pro is also absolutely key here. If JKM can keep himself alive, that'd be fantastic for G2, but Neo will eventually take him down after he eliminates 3 Virtus.Pro players. That's actually a decent result there by JKM, all things considered. But now the AWP is going to come into play onto Fox, and this is where we start to really get to see the strength of G2.
Indeed, the difference between these two sides as well is that we could expect Fox to focus towards the B-bomb side, whereas you saw Neo and Snacks walking on Virtus.Pro side, and they were all over the place trying to keep people surprised on the G2 team, but Fox was very comfortable with aggressive teams holding down the B-bomb site, and we will have a player in for support who I'm sure he will boost into the event. Starting to move towards B quickly now, Panda and Neo looking to harass.
Grenade out!
That's throwing fire! Looking for some information, maybe some frags. Bacon's going to win the battle against Pasha though towards B storage, and all of a sudden things are going quite well indeed for G2, although a frag will finally find its way back to the Virtus.Pro side as Bialy picks up one. And Jacob will get boosted back into the vents. So G2 still with some good map control despite losing a player. And the pressure's really on Virtus.Pro to decide to actually commit to a bomb site at this point in time. They do have 50 seconds left, but they are slowly running out of time. And they do need to break the here. They've got 2 Molotovs, a smoke as well, but might not even come to using any of that. Taz and the bomb.
And the bomb indeed coming back out of the vents. Take down Snacks towards B. He is just playing pretty savage at the moment. G2 surviving with 4 players, being on their CT side with a thin lead. That's going to be good for their economy. 2-round leads at the moment, and the money's all over the place for Virtus.Pro. We've got Taz with $2,000, Snacks with $7,400, so we can expect to see a bit of a buy here. Maybe a spread of some pistols at least.
Grab your gear
Indeed.
and let's go.
Is dropping some guns for his team. And they have a Tech 9 for himself, flashbang and a smoke. Flash onto Pasha as well, Neo picking up a smoke, so the plant attempt here. That should be the first along with some damage. Again, Fox with great timing there, coming in blind, taking down Snacks regardless. Jacob taking more of it behind the box. We've seen him take 4 man going down as well. There goes Bialy. Fox finally gets traded. Jacob will take the last kill, pick up the AWP as well. 4-man hold for G2 once more.
I've got to say, Jacob is actually just playing out of his mind right now. He's got 25 kills already. And again, JKM is considered the second best player in Norway to reign. And this is the team that he's been given his opportunity to really stand up and shine on. And he's doing his best on the big stage. So amazing we're seeing such a result from JKM in a high pressure game against Virtus.Pro. And 12 minutes before GT starts to take control of the map. They've got to win this round if they really want to start to break Virtus.Pro. And we have a bit of a push coming from Virtus.Pro into the middle.
Right, so they're going to come in there with the numbers. But we have Rain and Dennis stuck up. Sandbags area, Rain with the first frag. Sorry, Dennis with the first frag, but they will both fall. Virtus.Pro as well. Again, a 3-round lead. They're looking to now. Fox and Jacob, the B players, are the only ones remaining. Jacob coming out of the smoke and taking down Snaps and Neo. Down to 2 versus 2 now. And Fox comes in just at the right time to save his teammate. By Ali now, and he's lost the bomb. It's in mid.
Down Jacob there by the snap. From Bialy, he's gonna have to just push and get it done with raw aim, raw skill. There's still the issue, and there's nothing else to do. They're both for his old peak. Oh no, he runs out of bullets, and Jacob finds the kill. Again, Jacob with another huge round, 3 kills in that one, and 13-9 will be the score. Jacob's now on 28 frags. This guy is out of his mind.
Somebody stop this man. I can only assume he's playing so good, Dan, because he needs that money. Chocolate bars in Norway are about 7 times as expensive as they are in the UK, Dan. And everybody likes chocolate. 4-round lead now for the G2 side. Virtus.Pro reduced to a scout and some pistols. Not again, got the grenades, but do they have the execution? Again, going to start damaging people towards B, Dan.
This is amazing. Everyone in G2 right now it seems to be is lifted. Everyone's hitting their shots, and they are definitely a decent contended with. Can and this round. It's pretty hard with some pistols here, and the scout picked up by Taz. They go to the bomb site, but the grenades are doing a lot of work right now. Jacob is going to go down. He's going to find himself the AWP off the ground, and he's doing extra damage with it. But every single player of Virtus.Pro is stuck on this bomb site, behind smoke, between flames, and they're all stuck in the most horrendously awkward positions. And G2 look to go for the retake. They do have a lot more nades where that came from. So much pressure. Flash is here at the back of the bomb site. He's got no Kevlar. He's got just an AWP, and he has no idea where he is right now. He's going to get sprayed down. G2 will win the round, but they did lose 2 players, and the bomb plant did go down for Virtus.Pro.
That round was absolutely crazy. You saw the Molotov come through the window into B, which stops. There's 2 choices of Molotovs you can throw there. One is to stop people from hiding behind the back boxes, which is the one they threw. The other one is to stop people holding the angle as they come into the site. They had the Molotovs down, then the flash came in, so people had no idea where they were, stuck in the smoke, exiting the smoke. Virtus.Pro with the advantage. Then just so many nades, so much smoke, nobody knows what's going on. G2 managed to survive with 3 plays intact as well, so their economy is looking good as they are only 2 rounds away now from taking the first match.
Yeah, and I wonder what G2 are going to go with here. It looks like they have a guy passing information. Like they're just doing that classic, just jumping up on the double stack box at the back. And he will spot a play. He'll actually flush Bialy out of aiming as well. I like the ballsy move from Michael just to bully Virtus.Pro out of some positioning that should be somewhat, not necessarily guaranteed, but it's going to be hard and risky to take that. Michael will eventually back away, and it looks like Virtus.Pro is setting up for the A play.
Deploying flashbang.
Holding close to aim at present. Starting to come in again. We'll see how they react to the smoke on quad. But Macaulay is going to go to the front. The first frag. He's got the high ground. Underneath him. Cash will come in for the save. The spray through the smoke will take down Rain as well. Virtus.Pro not out of this yet. Only Fox and Jace remain. They don't have position anywhere near the sites, and they are definitely going for the save now.
Wow, 3 players critically low here for Virtus.Pro. This would be an amazing time to bring it back. They don't have many more opportunities left in this one. But let's see what the bank is like for G2. Are they going to be able to buy? If they save these 2 rifles, they still can't really buy very well. So it's going to be interesting to see what the situation is going to look like. In fact, they could actually be forced up here, I think. So, but if G2 lose the next round, Virtus.Pro are going to be up against Nico. So Virtus.Pro could very well get back into the game from this one.
There is momentum to be had from the Polish side, and if you are a fan of Virtus.Pro, they will need your voices in the crowds. Another round on the board for Virtus.Pro, but they've got a few more. There we go. 4-round lead now for G2, and we will soon see the money. They're going to start to drop some weapons, in fact, so they're going to force it up, basically. We've got double orbs coming out now. Makalele looking to get in on the fun. We'll see what Dennis picks up once they start running. Could be a Thermat. It's going to be the M4. Bit limited on nades are some of the players, but Makalele won't be too worried about that. He'll be focusing on shooting people through the chest.
Yeah, so it ended up being a fairly decent affair on the weapons here for G2, J-Chem, and Fox over towards B. That combination is incredibly deadly. Pasha is just creeping towards it. He's very cautious right now because we've seen from the past matches of G2, Fox sometimes when he starts getting in the flow state, he starts going really crazy person. He starts doing things that shouldn't be possible, and well, he's good at pulling those things off. And G2 are waiting patiently right now. Pretty safe setup, 2-1-2. You can't really get safer than this.
Always worth looking at the inventory of the Virtus.Pro players because they have historically used the Molotov more than most teams. One of the first to really work them. Molotov with the Molotov now as they start to clear out. And there we go. Molotov coming in to force Jacob away. Often you see Snacks waiting for him, and you know Jacob's aware of that, trying to get as close to the corner as he can. I think Snacks might be going for a short smoke actually, but as they're in position to go for a over to Z connector, but Jake's in a position to try and stop it. Snacks waiting for him, no Snacks punishing him, no smoke on short, so from elsewhere. But there's only 2 Virtus.Pro players left. This is not working out for them.
Yeah, Snacks is going to have to save the day once again right now. As he's pushed onto the side, not working out. He's going in now, he's alone against 3 players. He can't spray down Dennis, and that's the round. The critical round is held by G2. The A push pinched, it didn't work out, and now Virtus.Pro, they are against it right now, against the wall with nowhere left to turn, no chances left. They have to take all 5 rounds to force the overtime, or they are done on map number 1 against G2.
They've got AWP coming out, the full nades as well. That smoke from the boost actually they made a wall of smoke in front of the car position to allow them to get through A main.
Incendiary.
Often get the
Deploying flashbang.
area, so you can go for the flank. But never mind. They've got 3 people have Virtus.Pro towards the B bomb site at the moment, daring to challenge Fox once again. Bomb being left behind the boost spot at present while they take initial map control there. You can see Taz heading towards the squeaky area, making sure there's no aggressive flank coming in from the CT side, who are holding passive positions for now.
And here he goes, Virtus.Pro creeping into these positions now. Fox is going to have to start taking some shots soon as Virtus.Pro starts to really put all the pressure on taking away ventures. It does set you up some good angles to throw the smokes against your opponents. But actually, it's actually going to boost back straight into the vent to take down Dennis. This is not a good situation, but Rain is going to calm it down. He's going to eliminate Pasha. So once again, G2 can be a bit more calm, but still Virtus.Pro ready to go for the attack here, just swinging things back around towards middle and end.
Indeed, there's a lack of information now for G2, as they don't have anybody in the mid area, and Fox is starting to rotate because they're not really sure what's going on. That's going to cause some aggression. You can see Rain pushing through A main. That's going to have Fox rotating back towards the B bomb site, and is pushing Virtus.Pro in that direction as well. Snacks is falling down. Fox going to get taken down by the spray fire, but the trades are going to come in. Jacob just cannot be stopped here on this B bomb site. 16-10, G2 take the first map.
Oh my god, I cannot believe JChem is just starting this best of 3 off with just a